Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Pipe Bomb Sessions, and we are on the road to WrestleMania, baby. And the first stop is in Chicago for the Elimination Chamber. And the Chamber, well, we know what happens there. That can really switch things up in very, very fast pace. We saw it last year happen with the heel turn of John Cena, even though the final result of that whole heel turn was a total failure in my opinion and a lot of people's opinions, but that doesn't take away from the fact that we can have a good Chamber pay-per-view, right? Now, the Chamber's already getting set up a little bit. We saw Raw and SmackDown have a few qualifying matches in tow. One of the qualifying matches that did happen was Randy Orton versus Aleister Black versus Solo, which we saw the Viper, Randy Orton, qualify and make the freaking men's Chamber matchup. On the women's side, however, we saw the returning Tiffy Time make the Chamber, which I thought was pretty good in itself as well, right? I mean, hey, who doesn't like Tiffy Time? And she's returning, big star. We saw her Road to Mania last year was epic, and this year looks like she's going to try to make it right back in there. Now, two more matchups that were officially in. On the women's side, we got Rhea Ripley, one half of the tag team champions. And on the other end, we got none other than L.A. Knight. Yeah, he is officially in and going to the Chamber. Of course, he had a little bit of help from that masked hoodie guy again, who attacked Theory and then set up L.A. Knight to win. The question is, who is that person? You know, I think we're going to slowly get a reveal. I assume we'll get a reveal to set up some type of matchup for Mania. Unless this story is supposed to go longer, I just don't know how that's going to really go down. Of course, we saw the Vision. We saw Theory in the Chamber qualifying matchup. But someone who was missing from the Vision on Raw, Braun Breaker. For those of you who do not know, he had surgery on a severely herniated disc. And he's out indefinitely. I'm hoping... I think WWE is obviously hoping that, he gets healed up just in time and can make it to Mania. The question is, will he actually be making it to Mania or not? That's where it all lies. We got, of course, two more matchups happening, qualifying matchups. One of them is star power all over the place. I mean, the other one is also star power all over the place, right? That's happening on SmackDown. First off, that's Alexa Bliss, one of my favorites, versus Julia versus Zelina Vega. I think Alexa's going to win that personally and get her spot in the Women's Chamber matchup. And then this is the match that I'm a little actually surprised that they threw all three of them together, and that is Sami Zayn versus Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes. I mean, yeah, I see Cody Rhodes advancing and making it in unless Drew McIntyre is going to screw Cody. And that's how we see a Fatu possibly getting in, or maybe even a Sami Zayn possibly getting in. Maybe if Fatu and Cody are left off, that gives them the power to go to all this and be like, hey, Drew keeps screwing us. We want him. We both want him. And possibly that's how we get the triple threat matchup for Drew's WWE Undisputed title at WrestleMania. Let's see how that kind of plays out. That's a very interesting triple threat qualifying matchup for the Chamber. Now, on next week's Raw, of course, we got a couple of young guys and the career killer or the ring general, Gunther, facing Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, and of course, Javon Evans. I would love to see Javon Evans actually win this matchup in advance because, hey, why not give the new kid a little bit of more star power, a little bit more flair? You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are already behind him and like him. And I really rather much be seeing that. That'll be interesting and cool. And on the women's side, of course, we have Natalya versus Asuka versus Bayley. This is a matchup which, honestly, if they want to run it a little bit different, I can see Natalya winning, surprisingly enough. However, I think the winner of this matchup is going to be Asuka. That's because she's going to have Kairi Sane help her out, and that's how that's going to turn out, right? Another few matchups I got official for the Chamber matchup is, of course, we saw kind of like the advertisement, I guess, for it. And I guess you could say, quote unquote, spoiler ahead of time. but that was Finn Balor telling Punk that he wants a rematch. Of course, Adam Pearce told Balor similarly what he told him for the Rumble, that hey, it's too late, you're out, that's it, it's done. You kind of can't get that. And Balor's like, again, he's going through the same situation, brought out Punk. Punk then officially says he will put up the title on the line. And of course, Adam Pearce makes it official. So now we're getting that World Heavyweight title matchup in Chicago at the Chamber. It's going to be a good one. Unfortunately, I do not see Balor winning that matchup. Now, the other matchup of another Chicago girl right now, and that's going to be AJ Lee. She came out on Raw and told Becky, I beat you a few times recently. It makes me the number one contender. Becky wanted to fight her. AJ Lee wouldn't without the title being on the line. And here we have it, folks. The women's IC title and the IC champ Becky Lynch will be defending her title against AJ Lee at the Elimination Chamber. You know, I'm surprised a little bit that they're running this matchup at the Chamber rather than, honestly, at WrestleMania. I'm a little bit shocked, to be honest, right? Like I didn't really see that coming. Now, another thing that I believe is gonna be a little bit of a game changer, right? I don't think Sami Zayn's gonna be fighting for the title at Mania. I don't think he's gonna be fighting for any title. I actually think it's gonna be Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Trick has right before the Rumble, he was talking a lot of smack to Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn is gonna, if he loses this qualifying matchup, I can see Trick, being involved in a qualifying matchup of his own, then winning his matchup, talking more smack to Sami Zayn, and that's going to lead them to facing each other at Mania. That is going to be a good matchup. I don't see that being bad at all. Someone that I'm waiting on, and I think a lot of people else are waiting on, is the return of Bianca Belair, man. She's been out almost a year now. Last time we really saw her was WrestleMania 41 last year in the Triple Threat matchup. And since then, we really haven't seen her around. It's crazy. And I'm hearing that she's going to be involved at Mania in some type of capacity, but we're really not sure how. And on top of that, really unsure on just when is she actually returning. I thought personally that it was going to be like it's gonna be at the Rumble, and now she's not there. Obviously, she's still not back. We don't know if we're gonna get her at the Chamber itself. I'm just a little bit nervous, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So let's just see how it plays out. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully, we see Belair return. I think it'll be really good, and I don't see it being bad whatsoever. Now, looking a little bit ahead to Mania again, right? A matchup I'm looking forward to at WrestleMania this year is El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. Let's make it a mask versus mask matchup, and let's get Chad Gable the victory here. I can see Ludwig's El Grande winning as well. This has just been very entertaining, especially since he returned at the Rumble, and Gable's kind of going by the moniker of I'm the OG. I'm the OG El Grande Americano, and who's this faker that we've been seeing for several few months now, right? I think it's official. I think it's officially gonna be made. I don't see why they wouldn't capitalize on it. In my opinion, like, why not? I think it's a moneymaker matchup. People are hyped on it, and I mean, just like me personally, why wouldn't you do it, right? The question now is, what else is WWE actually shaping up for us when it comes to the Chamber? WrestleMania this year. It feels like they don't really have a lot of things going on, and they don't know what they're gonna do, and that kind of makes me a little nervous on them. What is officially gonna be happening at Mania? I mean, hey, if you guys have any guesses, please be very open and vocal about it. I'm not liking that Triple H has to keep changing WrestleMania plans over and over. That just gives me the notion that, hey, we didn't really have a lot of solid plans, And we're really just going with whatever we got and hoping to God it sticks. And that's not sticking because obviously we keep changing what's going on. And because of that exact factor, I just don't know. I don't know what to be looking forward to when it comes to Mania this year. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not what we got last year because honestly speaking, I didn't think it was a good build up and it was not really that good of a card. So we're going to need something better to happen this year. I hope Triple H gets it together. But hey, the first stop to Mania is the Elimination Chamber. Let's see what we got cooking for that. I'll see you guys in Chicago type of deal. Let's get there. Let's see who else makes the Chamber matchup itself. WWE has a good opportunity to kind of mix things up again, just like they did when they gave Drew that title randomly when we all thought they were never going to. I am really all about the random title changes. We saw it happen with Io Sky on a Monday Night Raw against Rhea Ripley. We saw it already before even this whole Road to Mania started with Drew beating Cody Rhodes on the SmackDown. So let's see. Let me know what you guys think, man. Honestly, let's see if you guys got some ideas. I wouldn't mind hearing them out. Definitely don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next week.